Hello everyone. In this lecture we will understand the concept related to the inheritance and pointers. That one is a unit 2 of object oriented programming. Now firstly we will understand what exact the inheritance is. That means again the properties of object oriented programming. In that we just to understand the base class means what, derived class means what, protected members. As an access specifier we already know about the public, private, protected, then what exact the protected members are, then relationship between the base class and derived class. Now we will understand the inheritance concept first. That one is capability of a class to derive. Derive means take properties and characteristics from another class. That's called the inheritance. Means one class which one is take the properties or characteristics from another class. That's called the inheritance. Inheritance is one of the most important features of object-oriented programming. Then subclass, that class that inherits the property from another class is called the subclass or derived class. As we see that one is it contains a base class and derived class concept. Then what is the derived class? The class which one is inherit the properties from another class. That properties takes from the another class, that class called the derived class. Class that inherits the property means the class which one is received the property from another class, that class called the derived class. Then the superclass, the class which property are inherited by subclass. Means a class which one is gives the property or to provides the access to gives the property to another class, that class called as a base class or a superclass. That means simply the concept related to the inheritance, subclass or derived class, superclass or the base class. The next concept, that one is the protected member, that may be the protected access specifier. Protected member variable or the function is very similar to the private member. Means a private member of a class which one is not accessible outside the class, right? It's similar to the private member, but it provides one additional benefit that they can access in a child class, which is called the derived class. Means when we access the private class, that one is accessible by the private class, that one is a protected member variable or a function is very similar to the private member. How the it provides additional benefits, that one is they can access in a child class which are called the derived class. Means the particular variable and function which is mentioned as a protected as an access specifier, which is accessible under the particular derived class. But if we mention the member variable or function as a private, we cannot access under the derived class. That is basic difference between the protected and private. Then following are the some subtopics, that why and when to use the inheritance. Then modes of inheritance, types of inheritance. That is simply the why and when to use the inheritance. That one is the basic theory. We need to understand in which situation we need to use the inheritance. Consider a group of vehicle. You need to create the classes for bus, car, truck. Because of bus, it's have again a multiple type of a bus. Car, it's again comes under different type of cars. Trucks, it contains again different type of trucks. These are the three classes. The method, fuel amount, capacity, apply brakes will be the same for all of these three classes. Means the class are different, attributes are different, but these are the some methods which one is similar to the all class. Then if we create these classes avoiding the inheritance, then we need to just to draw these three classes like this. Class as a bus, it contains again the three methods. Class as a car, it contains again the three methods, same methods. Then class as a truck, that one is again the same methods. Means every class use the same methods. If we avoiding the inheritance, it's about to above process result in a duplication of same code of 3 times. We use the same code of 3 times if we avoiding the inheritance. This increase the chances of error and data redundancy. Because of this, it increase the chances of error and data redundancy. To avoid this type of a situation, inheritance is used. To avoid this type of a redundancy of code, we use a inheritance. Then how exact it we apply? Then we create a one class. That class name is a vehicle, and then we create another 3 class, that is a class bus, class car, class trunk, and we inherit these 3 function to these 3 class. Means this is the base class and these are the derived class. Which one is access takes the property from the base class or the parent class. Using inheritance, we have to write the function only one time instead of 3 times. That is actually the power of inheritance, as we have to inherited the rest of 3 classes from the base class. Vehicle is a base class and these 3 classes are the derived class. Implementing the inheritance in C++. Now we will just to implement the inheritance in a C++. Create a subclass which is inherited from the base class. Then simple syntax, that is a class, that is a subclass name, or we can say that derived class. Then access specifier mode and the base class name, and then the particular subclass body. Then how exact it is executed, or it may be a working process of the derived class, we will understand with the help of example. Then subclass name is the name of a subclass. Access mode is the mode of which you want to inherit, that is a public, private, protected. Okay, this is simply the explanation about this content. Now we will just to understand the mode of inheritance. Then mode of inheritance, it run with the 3 mode. It's a public, protected and the private. In a public mode, public base class means when we inherit, we mention the mode that is a public. Public member of the base class will be a public in the derived class. Protected member of the base class will be a protected in a derived class. That one is simply the way under the public. Means if we define something under the public in a base class, that is again a public in a derived class. Protected, that is a protected base class, that one is both public and protected member of the base class will become a protected in derived class. If we define a protected as a base class for derived class, that one is simply the protected and public both are the protected for the derived class. Then private, that is private base class, then both public member and protected member of the base class will become a private in a derived class. We will understand with the diagram how exact it works. And this, the explanation represent in this diagram. Then private member in the base class cannot be directly accessed in derived class, while protected member can be directly accessed in a derived class. Then for example, it's simply the graphical representation, like this is the base class, these are the 3 derived class. If the base class mentioned as a private member, then all private all the particular derived class, if it contains a private member, it's a private. If it is a protected base class is defined with the private, then what will be the process? Base class with the representation of these 3, and these are the modes, that is base class mentioned as a consider first as a public. Base class is a public to derived class. Then what will be the process? That is a private member of a base class is a private to the particular base class. Then a protected member is protected to the base class, and public member is public to the under the derived class. Means a base class private member is private, it not accessible under the derived class. Protected members, that one is protected in a particular derived class. Public, that one is available, accessible under the derived class. If it is a public, if it is a protected, then private is a private member of a base class is a private, derived class cannot access it. Protected, that one is again the protected member is accessible under the derived class. Public member is again the protected under the derived class. We will understand the protected member with the help of example. That one is simply the member, public member. We can access the public member in a main function, but it mentioned as a protected, then base class protected member can accessible under the derived class itself. It is not accessible under the main function, but the public base class or the public member of a base class is accessible under the main. Because of that is a public, it is accessible anywhere in the program. Protected, that one is only accessible under the derived class. Private, that one is not accessible under the derived class. This is simply the protected. Then the private, the particular derived class cannot access the all particular member from the base class. Because of that one is mentioned as a private. Okay. Then it's a simple program. With the help of program, we will understand the process. Access modification, access specifier reflection. This is simply the class as a parent. It contains one public member IDP, then again a second class. This is a derived class. Child class is a derived from the parent class, that is a parent class, and mention access specifier for the parent class is a public. Means the public member is accessible in a class itself in a main. If the particular parent class contains the protected, then that is only accessible under the this subclass, derived class. It's not accessible under the main. If it is a base class contained a private, it is not accessible under the class child class, derived class, or it may be the main class. That is only accessible under the parent itself. That is simply the process. Now we will just run this code and verifies what will be the output. Then simply the compilation process is going on. Okay. Then it gives output as a 7 and 91. Means we define two parameters, two variables. One, both are the public, IDP and IDC, but one under the parent class and one under the derived class, or considered as a child as a derived class. But we mention access specifier as a public. That's why this class object can access this member also. We will just create one object of a derived class. Child is a derived class. Object 1 ID underscore C is a variable which is comes under the parent class. Then IDP is of a parent class and IDC is of a derived class. Then we access the both variable with a derived class object. Object 1 is a derived class object. We access the variable which is comes under the parent class or the derived class. We access it with the derived class object. That is obj1 is object of derived class dot idc, and then obj.idp we assign the value in a main because of public, okay, and it prints a value as a 9 and 91, 7 and 91. This is simply the explanation. Then in above program, child class is publicly inherited from the parent class. So the public data member of the class parent will be also be inherited by the class child. Then this is simply the second example. Is mention the class A contains three variables. First one is a public, one is protected, and one is private. Then another derived class B, and with inherit with the public from A. Then it does not means it not particular B class is blank with a body, then simply we create a one object of a B class, and we access the all the variables which is a public, protected and private. Then we will see the what will be the output. It gives an error because of protected is not accessible. Once again we need to save it. Protected is x is accessible under the here b dot x, but b dot y and b dot z is not visible. It gives an error. Why? Because of it's a protected and private. This y is accessible under the b, but is not accessible under the main, and private this z is not accessible under the b and itself the under the main. Okay, this is simply the explanation. Then we will understand the third code. That one is its explanation with again a detail about the inheritance with the access specifier. Save the code. This is simply the class base contains a 3 variable with a private, protected and public, and again one public method, that is a get pvt. Okay, then again derived class, that one is public from the base class, right? Then or inherited with the public access specifier. Then it contains again the one more member function, that is a get prot, right? Then we just create one object of a base derived class, that is object 1, derived class of object 1, right? Derived class of object 1, right? Derived class of is a object 1 is a, this is the object of a derived class. Derived class is a public derived, right? The name of a class of a derived. Then cout is mentioned as a private. Object 1 dot get pvt. Get pvt is a function which is a public function, right? We access a get pvt, right? And it returns a pvt, that is a private member. Means we access this private member by through the public function, and that's why it gives output. Then protected, that is object 1 dot get prot, means we call this function which means comes under the derived class, that is a public, but the particular parameter is a protected, means this one is accessible under the derived class, not accessible under the main class, main function. Then the this variable is protected in a base class and we mention as a public. Then derived class can access it with the under the derived class, means this protected member can accessible under the derived class but not accessible under the main. It is accessible with the get this function. This function is a public, that's why it's accessible under the main, and we access it with the this derived class object, and it prints the output of prot value. Then this one is a public, we can directly access as a pub under the main object dot pub. Okay, we will just compile this. It's a warning related to the need an advanced version. Then it prints a private as a 1, protected as a 2 and public as a 3. Means this variable pvt is a private, but we cannot access under the main, but we access it with the public member function under the class. That's why it's accessible under the main function. Same thing as a protected, same thing as a public. This is simply the concept related to inheritance. We'll just take another example to understand in detail about or we will cover it again, we revise it again in a live lecture It's a very important concepts. Okay, then this is simply the end with the explanation. In next lecture we will understand the type of inheritance. It's an explanation about what exact the inheritance is, then subclass or the parent class, then superclass. That one is simply the base class. Sorry, subclass means a derived class, superclass means a base class or the superclass, we can say that, or parent class. Then the concept related to a protected member, and then why and when to use the inheritance, mode of inheritance, the type of inheritance we will understand in our next lecture. Thank you.